Welcome back to you watching this video. So for this video, we're going to emphasize on the computation of area with respect to dimension. Okay, so we're very specific with that from our previous video. So we have here an example of a structure. So it is a four-sided structure, and here we are going to consider the thickness of the uh, the wood. So here we need to solve for the area of the wall studs, the area of the exterior sidings, and the area of the interior plywood. Okay, and we are going to solve also for the 2 by 3. This is not 2 by 3, 2 by 3. It is 2 by 2 rather. Ceiling joist of at 0.6 on center both ways. Okay, so if we have a structure like this, the best thing to do is to divide them into parts. Okay, so yeah, divide natin into parts. So it would look like this. So for solving for the area of the studs, we are going to consider each or all actually. So for the area of the wall studs, we have 3 by 6 meters. So 3 times 6 plus we have here the length here is 10. 10 minus the thickness of the stud. Take note that this is the 2-inch and this is the 3-inch. Okay, so if this is the plywood, it is oriented this way. So if we are going to check it this way, the dimension here is equivalent to 0.075. 0.075. Likewise with this one, 0.075. Likewise with this side, it is 0.075 meters. Okay, so that this would be 10 minus, so 10 minus 0.075 times 2 times the height of 3 meters, plus we have here no, yeah, we're done here. We just simply multiply this by 2 because we have 4 sides. Okay, so the area would be 3 times 6 plus 10 minus 0.075 times 2 times the height of 3 times 2. In the area, therefore, is equivalent to 95.10 square meters. Now, for the area of the exterior sidings, we are going to consider this one. Because if we're going to consider this, wait. We're going to consider all pala, okay? Because if we are going to consider only this one, magkukulang tayo sa side na to, okay? Kukulangin tayo for this side. So for the exterior siding, we are going to consider the area, the surface area exposed, okay? So for the area of the exterior siding, we have 3 times 6 plus we have 10 times 3, and that is equivalent to times 2 both sides. That is equivalent to 96 square meters. So that would this is the area that we are going to consider for the exterior sidings. Okay, now for the interior plywood, what we are going to consider would only be the area inside. Okay, so this area here is the only one that we're going to consider. Now for the area, it is 10, so that is 10 minus 0.075 minus 0.05. So 10 minus 0.075 times 2, because we have two sides, times the height of 3 meters, plus we have this side, we have 6 minus 0.075 minus 0.075. Okay, so that is 6 minus 0.075 times 2 times the height of 3. And we multiply the whole equation by 2 because we have two sides. So that is 10 minus 0.075 times 2 times 3 plus, we have here 6 minus 0.075 times 2 times 3. Okay? Times 2. Therefore, the area for the interior wall would be equal to 94.2 square meters. Okay? So, please be very careful in computing for the area, whether if it is for interior or exterior. Okay, now for the next one, we need to solve for the ceiling joist. So the ceiling joist is made of 2 by 2 inch and it is spaced at 0.6 meter on center both ways. Okay, so this is our ceiling joist. So this one is our ceiling joist. Okay, so for the ceiling joist, like what we have said, it is spaced on center, 0.6. Now imagine our method, which is the square meter. So this is 1 square meter by 1 square meter, by 1 meter, 1 meter by 1 meter. Now the question is how many 0.6 can fit into 1 square meter. But be careful because this the 0.6 is excuse me, but be careful because the 0.6 here is spaced at on center. Dito itong 1 meter, pero yung magkakasya kasi diyan hindi yung on center, yung edge ang nilalagay natin. So 0.6, so plus another 0.6, ang magkakasya diyan is dalawa lang for this axis and for this axis. So again, using the area method, we are going to solve for the length. So the length would be 1, 2. So 1 plus 1 plus, we have 1 here, but we need to subtract the thickness. Okay, we have to subtract the thickness, and the thickness here is 0.05 meters. Okay, this one here also is 0.05 meters. So that is equivalent to 0.9. 0.9 plus 0.9. Therefore, it is equivalent to 3.8. Tama ba? Yes, so that is equivalent to 3.8 meters. Okay? But we need to increase this by 10%. We need to increase this by 10% for our ceiling hangers. Okay? Kasi maghahang yan pa ganyan. So if this is your floor joist, nakahang yan. Okay? So we need this hanger. So we increase it by 10%. So times 1.1, and that is equivalent to 4.8 meters per square meter. Okay, 4.8 meter per square meter. Now for the total length, we convert the 4.8 meter to feet. So shift convert 0.3. No. 4.8 shift convert 0.3 feet. Baliktad. So it is 4. So 4.8 shift convert 0.4. So that is equivalent to 15. So 15.748 feet per square meter. Okay, now we need to solve for the area. So using this one, how are we going to solve for the area? Is it the void only, or are we going to include the area with the studs? So for this case, we are going to include the area for the studs. Kasi if our ceiling joist would only be on the void, wala siyang pagkakapitan. Wherein, if isasama natin yung area for the studs, we can anchor our ceiling joist to the wall studs. Okay, so we are going to include the wall studs. So that is simply 10 by 6 meters. So we have here So therefore that is 60 square meters. So we are going to use 2 inch by 2 inch by 10 rough lumber. Okay. The next thing that we need to do is to uh, yeah, to get this factor of the 2 by 2 by 10, so we can get the number of pieces that we need. Okay, so what is the factor for 2 by 2? It is simply 2. It is simply 2 times 2 times 10 divided by 12. And that is equivalent to divided by 12. So that is 3.33 uh, board foot. Board foot per piece. Okay. Now for the 1 square meter, it is simply the dimension of the lumber times the length of the lumber. Okay. So that is simply what we have here, 2. So that is 2 times we have 15.748 feet divided by 12. So divided by 12, and that will give us board foot per square meter. Okay? Or board foot per, yeah, tama. So we have 2 times 2 times 15.748 divided by 12. That is equivalent to 5.249 board foot per square meters. Okay, so for the total board foot, we have an area of 60 square meters times 5.249. Okay, wait, masyado nang cluttered. So we have here board foot total is equivalent to 60 square meters times 5.249 board foot per square meters. Therefore, the total board foot is equivalent to 314.960 board foot. Square meter will cancel out there. Okay, so for that, for the number of 2 by 2 by 10, we have 340.96 divided by the board foot 3.33. So 3.33. So that is equivalent to 94.54. And that is rounded up to 95 pieces of 2 inch by 2 inch by 10 feet rough lumber. So this one is in inch. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video for a flooring system.